Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you. I came out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This lesson is going to be entitled Russian boxer gets attacked and beaten by Ishmaelites allegedly. Okay, and the flames are being fanned. Okay, the flames of unrest, the flames of, nation rising against nation, right? Because we see what's going on all around the UK, the United Kingdom. We see what's going on, including Ireland, right? We had the elder Yachanan, he was going into how it's in Ireland and these different places as well. And basically, the only place it hasn't hit is London. And if it hits London, it's going to get very, very bloody, because that's where the majority of these Israelites are. They're in London. Okay, them Jakes. And I just did a lesson yesterday saying Esau doesn't want Jake to get roused up, man. Okay, because if Jake when the Most High puts his spirit on Jake, Esau is in for a surprise, man. These Edomites are weaker than us, man. You have to understand that. See, we're not going to get involved in that, right? The brothers that are in this truth. But as Israelites, the Edomites are weaker than us. They're inferior physically and spiritually and mentally as well. But let's just deal with physically. Okay? Right? Jake is more courageous than these Edomites. Although Esau doesn't paint Jake in that way, Jake is also more courageous than Esau. Okay? So when things get serious, man, and Yahweh Shemel Shai turns up Jake, is going to be a whole nother story. But as we've always known, starting with our apostles and elder bishops, they've always said that Esau was going to shoot the first blow, right? And Jake was going to get messed up by that first blow. But then eventually, Jake is gonna win this thing. Jake is going to have the upper hand. Not to say he's going to win like he's going to take over the kingdom, but although through Yahweh Shai we will take over the kingdom, I'm talking about these regular Jakes, but they're going to get the upper hand on these Edomites and these other nations. Okay, and it's going to get bad for them. But right now you see these Edomites, they're getting roused up. They are roused up out there in the UK, and these things are spreading, right? Because now you see this particular boxer, right? Dmitry Davali, I think, right? This Russian boxer, Olympic boxer, whatever the case may be, he got beat up and jumped by a bunch of these so-called Muslims, what they call they call them Muslims, which they're Ishmaelites. That's what they're saying they are, right? But there's certain reports that are saying there was Edomites that jumped in there, or whatever. Edomites were involved in beating them up, or whatever the case may be as well, from the Caucasus. But whatever the case may be, we'll find out, and it really doesn't matter, because it's still fanning the flames, because these Edomites, they don't want to hear that. Oh, there's Edomites involved, there's so-called white people involved. They don't want to hear that. They want this thing to be, they want to get active. They want a reason to attack Ishmael, and especially Jake. They want a reason to attack. You have to understand that these Edomites want a reason. They want to create a reason. So this is why they put out these particular articles on X. Blah blah, who did this, and Arabs, and blah 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 blah, because they want that. And another thing, this guy got jumped, and basically he might lose his eye. Pretty much they're saying the dude might lose his eye, because his eye was so severely damaged. It was out of the socket, right? So he's gonna lose his career and all these things. See, these things are emotional triggers for these people, man. Okay, and it's no coincidence that it's happening at this time. Yahweh Shemel Shai is kindling this fire. All right, things are starting to move, and then now today the stock market has plummeted. Okay, which it hasn't been this bad since the Black Monday, what they call it, man. So, hey, man, things are moving, man. Things are moving, and things are moving quick. And this is all before the elections. It's all before what? the end of the year. Because this is what did the Apostle Tahar coin this through the Spirit? The hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, man. Right? You don't have to, but if you want to go outside, you may get jumped and beaten to death, man. Okay? That's what's going on, man. All right? So, what's Jake going to want to do eventually? Jake is going to want to, say, no, we got to stick together, man. Right? And then, the Latin tribes is going to join in. And guess what? Certain Jakes from other nations, right? They're Israelites, but they look like other nations. They may seem like they're Ishmaelites, right? But they're actually Israelites. They're going to want to join with Jake. Okay? I had a Sri Lankan friend in the world. He told me straight up out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. We weren't even talking about it. He just told me straight up. If white people and black people get into a race war, I'm choosing the side. I'm going with the blacks. That's what he told me, man. Out of nowhere. He told me that out of just random. And we're not super close like that. But just happen to know him, right? But hey, he told me that out of randomly, man. Right? Which he's an Israelite, by the way. He's a straight up Israelite. He can dance. I mean, he's a great dancer. He's a straight up Israelite, okay? And at the end of the day, man, that's the facts, man. That's the facts. So Esau has a lot of people that's going to be against him, and not only that, but it's going to be a strong people. They're going to be stronger than they're stronger than you. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? And there's certain Edomites that realize that, and that's why those Edomites you see that's on the side of Jake, and they're like, oh no, we got to stop racism, blah 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 blah. They're not saying that because they necessarily love you, Jakes. They're saying that because they're afraid, man. they see what can happen, and they're actually afraid of the possible outcome, right? Which there was this one Edomite, which he was clearly a right-wing type Edomite, and he said in one of these TikToks, Lord willing, maybe I could find it and put it in a video one of these days. But he said in the TikToks, and he said what did he say? He said, yeah, you think that you think you want a race war. That's not what you want, because, and he was talking to the Edomites. He wasn't talking to Jakes. He was talking to the so-called white people. He said, you white people think you want a race war. You think it's going to be easy because you got all them guns. No. We're very much outnumbered. Okay? And he said that if that happens, I'm going with the winning team. I'm going on the winning team. I'm going on the side of the colored people. That's basically what he said. Because he's thinking, all right? These Edomites, they got this blind rage. They don't understand the consequence of what they're doing. Okay? But the Lord said that he's going to raise up against you Edomites, you so-called white people. Okay? Tensions are flaring up, man. Tensions are rising. And you Uncle Toms, well, not even Uncle Tom's not the correct term, but you Sambos, you bootlicking Jakes, you bootlicking Negroes, hey, man, y'all are not going to make it. And a lot of them are going to turn. A lot of them are going to turn to straight up to hate you Edomites. Yeah, man. We're coming to that time, man. We're coming to that time, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful thing that we're witnessing through the power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? And it's truly not the time to get weak. It's truly, if anything, it's the time to turn up. That's really the time we're in right now, man. Keeping our eyes on the prize at the end of the day. Understanding that we're at the end of this place, man. Okay? It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. And that thing, and by the way, that thing with the Russian boxer, now it's sparked those Russians to create a particular coalition, if you will, to protect their people. Okay? And they're dressed in all black, and they're kind of like, they're like how do you say it? like a task force, if you will. That's what they created, and they're Christian Russians, you know, like right-wing Christian Russians. So it's all goes back to that right-left wing thing, you know. All go back to that right-left wing, you know. Although Russia is not part of the beast. Russia is not part of the beast. Okay, it's not part of the heads. It's not part of the horns. Russia has nothing to do with that, you know. But you know, remember the philosophies, the wine of Babylon has spread throughout the planet. Okay, the wine of Babylon has been spread throughout the planet Earth. Okay, yeah, man. So things are getting serious, man. Things are getting real hot now, man. And these things, hey, man, don't be surprised if these things spread. Don't be surprised if these things are gonna spread. Not don't be surprised. These things are gonna spread. Okay, it's gonna spread. It's not just gonna be in America. Oh, there's all this hate in America. No, it's gonna be hatred worldwide. It's gonna be chaos worldwide that are therein, man. You know what I'm saying? For the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another. So this is a world thing, man. Right? America's the hub. America's where is the hub and the focus. But this is a world thing, man. It's a world thing. Look, you think South Africa's gonna be peaceful? Yo, them dudes down, I'm talking about the people of color, they're about fed up with you Edomites out there. Okay? They're fed up with you, man. That's why a few years back they were putting you to death and taking your lands, man. They're fed up with you Edomites, man. Yo, them Edomites got white-only towns in South Africa, man. They got white-only towns in South Africa, bro. Type shit, like some sundown town type stuff, right? It may not be like on paper, who knows? I don't really know, but I know that if Jakes can't really go over there, you know, and them native South Africans, they're not welcomed on those sides of towns, and they're doing that in their own land. The scriptures say he oppress a man in his heritage, they oppress a man in his house. Okay, so these devils, they got what's coming to them, man. The scriptures say in Habakkuk, woe to him that increases that which is not his, man. Right? Shall they not take up a parable against thee and a taunting proverb against thee? They're getting ready, man. Hey, man, these nations, they're fed up with you devils, man. They're fed up with you. Okay? So the flames of hate are being fanned, man. Okay? You got to be circumspect in these times. You got to be circumspect, right? You got to be on alert. Okay? Okay? This is what's going on right now, man. This is what's going on. You got to watch these Edomites. You got to watch these Jakes. You got to watch these so-called black people too. You got to watch these so-called white people, these so-called black people, these Latinos, these Hispanics. You got to watch these natives. You got to watch everybody, man. Okay? These Ishmaelites. You got to watch everybody nowadays, man. Okay? But keep your eye on these Edomites, because, you know, hey, the flames of hate are being fanned. So keep your eye on these Edomites, though. You dig? So with that, little one, this was edifying to the elect, and I'll say shalom. I was gonna get those articles, but I'm in some traffic right now, so it might, you know, it'll be a while before I can probably stop. You know, I'll say shalom.